Greg Zellmer's director of the OSINT Office for the Army. Greg, welcome. Thanks for joining me today. How is your organization, other organizations across the Defense Department, using OSINT and combining it with other types of intelligence to turn it into actionable information?
So with the explosion in publicly available information, it's just an information source that can't be ignored. The professionalization that the Army's spent on training its OSINT workforce, especially in terms of tradecraft and training, has really helped to ensure that the outputs of that information are valuable to commanders. Oftentimes, publicly available information that turns into OSINT is information that's the most readily available to commanders and decision makers for situational understanding and also to make informed decisions. So what the Army does is, and the most important thing that commanders can do for their analysts and collectors is to know what the commander needs to know and when. And then if they know that, that helps them sort out all the ton of information that's out there, focus in, and be able to get that information to them to make good informed decisions.
How have you seen automation impact this space as the proliferation of data? It's been exponential is what I keep hearing.
Yeah, it's incredible. And automation and artificial intelligence are absolutely critical to it. There is so much information available that analysts and collectors can drown in it. So the artificial intelligence tools that are available help to sort that information out and allow analysts and collectors to focus in on what's most important. And then that allows them time to actually think about the problem instead of spending all their time searching for data.
Are those tools giving the practitioners an opportunity to kind of get ahead of that curve or just keep up with the curve? Or what does that dynamic look like?
The tools get better every day. It certainly keeps them ahead of the curve. And, industry is very prolific in generating and providing new capabilities all the time. So I think that the struggles always be to how to get out of the mass of information and find those special pieces of information you really need. And you absolutely need the AI and automation in order to do that.
Are the concepts of speed and accuracy at odds with each other, or is it possible to get them to work in tandem with each other?
So this is an age-old problem. It has nothing to do, or it has a lot to do with public information, but it's not exclusive to it. The speed versus accuracy has to be in the forefront of every intelligence professional's mind at all times. If you sacrifice accuracy for speed, then you're not best informing your decision makers so they make the most optimal decision. If you sacrifice relevance for speed, then you're giving too much information to the decision maker. You're not helping them out at all. So it's that balance, I think, that every professional has to do, and it goes back to anything that helps the analysts or collectors sort out the most important pieces of information in order to spend more time thinking about the problem. That's helpful, and both automation and artificial intelligence help us do that.
Are there best practices for achieving that balance, or is that an art rather than a science?
So there is art to it, and experience is very important. That's why we try to develop and train and mature and professionalize the Army OSINT collectors. Training and tradecraft, standardized tactics, techniques, and procedures, that all helps. But at the end of the day, there is some art and just experience that is critical to the output.
Has the transition from, I'd say 15, 20 years ago, when the intelligence community kind of looked down on OSINT, to where it is today, as you said at the beginning, and a really important critical piece of the puzzle, has that required a culture shift? What has that been like inside the community in your view?
So there's a bit of a culture shift. Some of the more the older intelligence disciplines, SIGINT, human, et cetera, I think that they probably looked at the skeptical eye. But it's the proliferation of the data. There's just so much information out there that you can't ignore it. A lot of times it's readily available and can answer your intelligence requirements on the spot.
What's the trajectory look like moving forward? We're in a spot, it sounds like, where volume and speed as well as accuracy are all equally important, that balance that you talked about a moment ago. How do you see this moving forward?
I think it's only going to get more crazy. The availability of the information is only going to increase. The scale and volume is only going to increase, and I think that both the government and industry will continue to leverage artificial intelligence and other tools that will help keep us ahead of the curve so that we're able to use that information for good purposes.
Greg, it's terrific to have you here. Thanks very much for joining me.
Thank you.